Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Laura Thurban, and I am here just to explain you a little bit why I'm questioning myself about who is the abusive, who was the one that was the abuser. And please go with me. Don't go. Don't just, listen first. So I can give you a map of the things that happen in a relationship that is toxic. So you can have the understanding that everything is a lot of causes and effects. It's not like one reality and that reality per se. There's like many things that will be like 1,000 of little moments of life that get you into that moment that we're all watching and we're all speculating and we're all like suffering. Because if you're like me, I'm really suffering with this. It really upset me. Yeah, I'm having a lot of trouble letting it go, especially because I can see around and I can see like how hard this is for society and especially for women. So cope with me, okay? First of all, let me give you an idea of what happens when a person that has insecurity, that is not really strong herself, that had a pattern somehow of abuse in their childhood, or if they felt neglected somehow in their childhood. I'm not saying that parents can be like really bad, but I can see that sometimes we feel neglected as children. Our parents are not emotionally there for us because they have something else to do, and especially these generations, that everybody's working all the time and it's like really fast paced. So I'm not saying that parents can be abusive. Maybe they were. Maybe you had somebody abusive in your life. Maybe she had somebody abusive in her life. Maybe it was just a dysregulation. Okay, and I'm gonna go there right now. Why is it so hard to separate the narcissist, like the action, how they act, with how the person that is abused is also reacting? So I need you to understand that sometimes when you look into a couple that there's a narcissistic abuse, or it has been a very toxic sociopathic abuse, you are going to see that the abuser and the abusive person, they have the same traits. And this is like after a while of being together, you are going to look at them and say, who's the narcissist? And actually you will bet that is the person that is reacting, not the cold, calm, with boundaries, but the person that is crying and upset and angry. And you will be like, oh, that's a narcissist. Well, guess what? Sometimes that's reactive abuse and it's the other way around. And I'm going to explain a little bit about this. So when a person, and let's say a woman, okay, it can be a man, when this person starts dating a narcissist, this person, especially if this person has been somehow abused or has a lack of self-esteem or doesn't know how to put boundaries in her life, or if she has any type of dysregulation like borderline, okay? If this person goes to a relationship, and narcissists are predators that can smell the perfect prey, like can scan it in 2 seconds. When this empathic person, and remember, everything depends on your mind. Everything around you is how you see it, how you vision it. So this person will create this being that is an idealized being, a person that really doesn't exist. Let's call it an avatar. So the empath will create an avatar of the narcissist. The empath has this avatar, and the real person, throughout a little time, the avatar and the real person won't be the same. So what she has created in her head and the real person is in front of her is not the same. So this is going to create a huge cognitive dissonance in her head. She will not understand why this person that is so perfect in her mind, the avatar was so perfect. And it can be for several reasons. It can be because maybe the narcissist came and love bombed her, make him be the perfect person. And this is love bombing. It's like, it's this amazing love. Like, you have found the love of your life. Absolutely perfect, incredible, amazing, loving, romantic. He will be like getting you roses, calling you all day, all the time, needing you, telling you how beautiful you are, how amazing you are, how perfect you are for him, that he has been waited all his life for you. You feel that you have found your soul twin flame, okay? Or it can be because she really wanted to see this person the way she wanted to. But a lot has to do with the love bombing. So now let's talk about the avatar that the narcissist creates. So please listen. The empath is able to see the avatar and the real man, and there's like this there's something wrong there, okay? And whatever he starts saying that he loves you and everything, the actions do not correspond with the words. So there's a lot of cognitive dissonance, and a lot to do is because we have created this being in our mind and we cannot let go from that being, okay? This avatar. So now let's go and talk about the avatar that the narcissist had created. So the narcissist had created a perfect person. So when the narcissist is looking at you, which is really not, he's looking at this creation for himself. So understand that the avatar that he created is as perfect as he think he is. So in other terms, godly, divine. You will never be able to be that divine avatar that he created. Never, never, because he's too perfect. Because you need to remember that he is omnipotent, omnipresence. He is powerful. He is all power. He's all beauty. He's all everything. He's the kindness, the most beautiful in his mind. So what he created was an avatar for him. So when he's love bombing you, please remember he's not love bombing you. He's loving his avatar that he created in his mind. So the truth is that he is love bombing himself. Okay. So if you think, oh my gosh, this man had love bombing, and it's not doing it to you. It's doing it to that imagined fantasy that he created in his mind. And then it has to be so perfect because he is perfect. Okay. So the problem is that the narcissist will never be able to relate with you as the human, not the avatar. He's never communicating with you. He's communicating to this creation of his mind. So you need to understand that, that's my dog, I'm sorry. You need to understand that you will never be able as beautiful, amazing, loving, kind, like the avatar that he created, no matter what you do. The fantasy that the narcissist had is usually this love, this person that is not only beautiful, gorgeous, beautiful inside and out and perfect and amazing, but also it's a person that loves unconditionally, like he wants an unconditional love, like the love that a mother feels for his child, like a mother or a father that will do anything to even hide things that are hurtful, killing or stealing or having different girlfriends at a time or whatever it is. Okay? And that is what the narcissist wants from you. He wants you to renounce to everything you are and be that unconditional mom for him. And no matter what he does, no matter whatever he does, it doesn't matter. You should be like his avatar, so perfect that you accept. He cheated, you accept. He lied to you, you accept. And now let me tell you more about this avatar that he created. The thing is that he created this amazing being in his imagination, and is so perfect that he starts hating this avatar because it's way too perfect, it's way too beautiful, it's way too good. So then he starts actually to understand that he is with a normal human, that he is better than that normal human. That's when he starts pushing your buttons, or the empath buttons, because now that he created this perfect being for him in his mind, then he's too perfect. Then he's making him look like less than a god. And then he starts hating that creation of his mind. Really, it's not that he hates you. He hates himself. But you're living it with him. And it's abuse. So he's going to push your buttons until you react. And when you react with tears or crying or begging or whatever, that is exactly what he needed for him to be able to feel better about himself, more godly, more perfect, because you were too good. You were too good in his mind. You were too good. Well, probably you are too good, but in his mind, you were so perfect. He started hating you because you were too perfect. If there's a moment that you are wanting to be not only this unconditional mother for your husband or your partner or somebody that is being toxic in your life, that sometimes the conditions for him is not having any boundaries, or not having any self-respect or self-love. And when you start understanding that what you have created in your mind and this person are not what you expected, and you started asking him, I don't want to be this perfect mom. I want to be a wife. I want to be a lover. I want you to pay attention to my needs too, because usually empaths are givers. And when he starts listening to all of this, that is when hell starts, because it's impossible for him to accept that he chose less than perfection, and that perfection, that the avatar is not what he created. So when you are putting, like, when you are like showing him reality, he cannot accept it. And then that's where the explosions come. At the end, you need to understand that the empath and the narcissist, because the narcissist will push your buttons and you will start again, like, in that cycles that goes around and around. That is the love bombing. Then there is this moment that starts building up, and then there's this explosion, and then it goes again to love bombing. So at the end, both the narcissist and the empath are victims. Okay? Actually, let me say it in a different way. Both of you will label yourself as victims. Because the narcissist will say, it's her fault. She did this to me. She made me do it. Okay? So whatever reaction, because usually in the cycle after the love bombing, then it starts building up, like all this anger, all this craziness. And then when there's an explosion, that explosion it can be a narcissistic rage. Now, the narcissistic rage can be from having a temper tantrum, punching the walls, maybe just stop talking to you and absolutely ignore you and you don't exist. It can be anything, even what Gabby had to go through. So anyways, after that, sadly, this process restarts. And what I want you to understand is there's like so many things that are so like close about, like, if there's like an empath and starts getting dark and starts being like a dark empath, or a borderline person, or I will call it a second psychopath, because the first one is the narcissist. The narcissist like creates this reactive abuse until you are transformed into this being that you cannot even recognize. Your answers, your response, your anger, your upsetness, you are starting not to be yourself. If you have been abandoned, if you didn't have a good childhood, you will, since the beginning of the relationship, the empath will see everything as an abandonment. You are already catastrophizing, and you are already thinking that he's going to abandon you since the beginning. So other than this perfect avatar that you created in your mind, there's going to be also in that avatar this like dark being that you're always going to see bad, that you're going to think that he's going to abandon you. And what you do is you cling to it even more. It's my dog. You're going to cling to this person even more. You're going to like follow him. You're going to try to prove yourself or him that you deserve it. And that comes maybe from a childhood memory that we have been abandoned by a parent. I'm not saying abandoned, like it can be any type of abandonment, like emotional abandonment. It can be, that your parents were like working too much, whatever it is. Okay. At the end, the empath, now being a dark empath or a borderline or a second psychopath, and the narcissist, the first one, they're going to have like many characteristics that are kind of the same. So for example, both of them create this person that is a fantasy, and then are going to, both of them, discard this fantasy somehow, somewhere. Usually the narcissist discards, but in the empath mind, it's already discarding since the beginning, because we tint this avatar with some darkness in it because of our own fears. And then we can be also as antisocial as we can transform ourselves antisocial. And this is the reason why sometimes it's so hard for anybody, a friend, the police, anybody external, to understand and see and differentiate who's the narcissist and the abuser and who's the victim. So because it's hard. at that point. At that point, the cycle of abuse has been so deep that even you are transformed into a person that you never thought you could be. And you can respond and you can react. And yes, you can become even whatever, violent. Not like a narcissist though, because the empaths, even though they are transforming themselves, they still have a soul, and they still ask themselves, why am I changing? They can see inside of themselves. A narcissist can't. So if you are asking yourself, am I a narcissist? Why did I react like this when the narcissist push your buttons and use reactive abuse? You reacted, and then you're asking yourself, why did I react like this? This is not me. And then I need to go and apologize. And you do it with your heart. It's because the empaths have we have feelings. And sometimes these feelings are overwhelming, all over the place, and we feel overwhelmed by them. But at least we feel them, and we can go back to being as normal as possible, because there's nobody normal in this world. But we have feelings, and they're deep, and they're real. Narcissist knows cognitively what is to have feelings, but they don't have feelings, and they cannot look at themselves and see what they're doing. They cannot do that. They don't have the capability. It will destroy them. That would be like committing suicide. Okay? So narcissists have emotions. Okay? So everybody knows. Because people think, okay, narcissists don't have emotions. Well, let me tell you, yes, they do. They have emotions. Sadly, the emotions that they feel, they're really raw and really negative emotions. Okay? So what the narcissist feels is emotions like anger, rage, envy. Those are the emotions that they feel. Sadly, they cannot feel like deep love and compassion for others. That's why they can discard you so easily, because they just feel hate and anger and resentment. They don't feel any type of regret. The cycle is like this. The narcissist idealize the empath, think it is perfect. The empath that can have like any type of borderline issue is a rescuer. So immediately they transform this object into an object that they can like persecute, that they can follow, that they need, but at the same time they reject because they're afraid. Okay? Then the narcissist had this avatar that is so amazing that he starts feeling imperfect and start hating the avatar, so hating yourself. And then they will react. They will react against you to make you react against them, so they can feel that they are, again, better, godly, perfect. And then both of you are going to transform each other into the negative object. And at the end, both of you are going to believe that you are victims. True or not, the narcissist is going to believe that he's a victim. True or not, the narcissist is going to tell all his family and friends that he's a victim. He's going to absolutely believe it. Even though the truth is that probably he pushed your buttons and made you this psychopath. But we can all go back to normality if we have a conscious feelings, soul, and willingness. The narcissist can't. They can't. So that's really sad. But they're broken for life. So please, if you need any type of help, if you have been abused and you have been in a really bad toxic relationship, there is a link in the description, is a program to recover and to be able to forgive the unforgivable, because this thing, it seems like it is something unforgivable to forgive. But this is where we empaths have this amazing heart, and we can actually recreate ourselves, and we can thrive in this life again, and we can be whole again, and we will know that we were much better with this experience to be able to grow and understand life in a better perspective than just being a narcissist and thinking that everybody is against you and it's everybody's fault and I cannot see my faults ever, and then I die. Group help. Also, please look in the description. There is my groups. There is a free group, and I do art therapy with women for free to help them to get out of this. Please, if you like this video, help me create awareness. I hope this helps you, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you.